Hello everyone. So let's start understanding what is data. Why data? Because look, the field that you are getting into, it is about data analysis, it is about data science, right? And while working in the industry like data analysis, if you don't know what is data, then it's quite big trouble for you, right? So that's why we will start with the very fundamental and foundational topic, that is data. We will start with what is data, what are some data types, what are some amazing applications of the data. Amazing applications, when I say, I mean that where do you use this data and where these big MNC companies use this data in real world application to personalize your experience, to of course with their benefit to increase their sales and products and services, right? And what is of course data analytics, that is an important aspect. So welcome, let's discover the world of data. Let's get into the world of data, its type, how it shapes industries, and why it's at the core of science, technology and business innovation. Let's get ready for vibrant visuals and interactive exploration. My name is Harsh and I welcome you to this session. What is data? Data is nothing. Look, the basic definition is that we are surrounded by data, right? If you are texting someone, you are generating data. If you are clicking images, you are generating data. If you are capturing videos, you are generating data. Whatever you are doing, you are paying someone, you are generating data. Yes, if even if you are paying someone, let's say you are doing auto payment to the Netflix or Spotify or similar application, then again you are generating data. Even if you are watching a YouTube video, yes, you are generating a data, not for you but for the YouTube, but for that specific company. Here I have written a simple definition, that data are raw facts, figures or symbols collected for reference or analysis. This serve as the fundamental building blocks for information and knowledge. Data is nothing but knowledge or information, but in the initial stage what happens is that datas are in very raw format. Let's say even if you are clicking pictures or videos, or let's say you are texting someone, so these are raw datas. I cannot analyze anything based on the raw data, that I use these words more frequently, this will be my next word. So we need to analyze them in order to make meaning of the data. As of now our data is meaningless or useless, but if we learn to analyze the data, if we learn to visualize the data, what we can do, we can make our data meaningful and useful. So there are multiple forms of data, multiple types of data, such as numbers and measurement, text and characters, images and visual records, and even if audio and sound signals. Right now I am recording this video and I am giving a speech, right? I am giving a lecture, I am giving a session. Still it is a data for whoever, wherever I am uploading this. Let's say I am uploading this on YouTube or Udemy, so it is a data for them if they want to use it. So audio and sound signals are also data, and binary computer instructions, these are also data. From data to wisdom, that is very important aspect. Look, what happens is that data will transform into information when organized. As I mentioned earlier, that we need to organize the data in order to make some sense of the data, because it will become knowledge eventually when patterns are recognized, and ultimately leads to wisdom when applied effectively. Which means that I will give you an amazing example of, let's say, any IT institute. What happens that, let's say I'm running any IT institute online or offline, in whichever mode. Let's say I have been running an IT institute for past 10 years. In the first 5 years I was having amazing product sales and amazing placements, amazing courses, fees, and I was very profitable. But in the last 5 years I am not that much profitable. Why? I don't know. I'm not having much students, I'm not having much placements of the students. Students are not being job ready. Why? So this is my business problem, and because of these problems I am not much profitable. My company is in loss. So this is the problem statement of my business. So what I will do, I will simply hire a data analyst who will simply analyze the my 10 years of data, and he will give me some insights that okay, your courses are getting old, your fees are higher, your trainers are not good. So these are some analysis that a data analyst is performing based on the given data. And now as a business owner I have some solutions that okay, I should reduce the fee amount, I should introduce the new amazing futuristic courses like AI, data science, blockchain, and so on. And then I should replace the trainers, or I should guide the trainers. I should launch some program to train the trainers, right? So these are the problems and these are the solutions given by data analyst. So initially there was no use of past 10 years of data for a business owner, but when a problem is there in the business, then a data analyst or a data scientist can effectively solve it with some knowledge and wisdom. So this is data to wisdom. This is how we make data from meaningless to meaningful, from useless to useful. What are the types of data? Now there are main three types of data. We can classify data in main three types: structured data, unstructured data, and semi-structured data. Here I have written some examples and definition of these types. Structured data is nothing but organized in a predefined format with a clear schema. Schema means a structure, easily searchable and machine readable. Just think of this as a databases if you heard about it, but not, don't worry. Just think a tabular format. Let's say a timetable of your school or college, right? Any schedule of, let's say, railway reservation ticket schedule. So these are some predefined formatted data where you can search things easily, right? They are searchable. Think of this as a spreadsheets or comma separated value file. The Excel file is a structured data format. Why? Because we have simply a structure that we have rows and columns. So this is a structure. Where unstructured data means there will be no predefined format or organization. It is quite harder to search and requires a specialized processing. Why? Because consider your a text document, consider a Wikipedia, or you are getting some data from Wikipedia. So they will be unstructured now, because there will be text, there will be images, there will be links, there will be a table. So you don't know, there is no any predefined structure of that, right? Let's say images, some images can be of PNG file, JPG file, 5 MB, 10 MB. So we don't know about them. Videos and social media post. Social media posts is an amazing example of unstructured data, because they can be in any format. Nah, they can be in text format, images, videos, anything. They can be, let's say, a thread as well, right? So then the third part comes is semi-structured data. For example, think this as an email. So email has a structure है ना, कि there will be let's say subject, there will be a body paragraph, there will be a header, and so on. But inside it what we are doing, that is not predefined, that is not a structure. It can be, we can have some attachments, we can have attachments in the form of images or videos or text file, anything. Even we write text in the body paragraph as well. So it contains text or markers to separate elements but does not conform to a rigid structure. So this is what is semi-structured data. Here is a fact that, did you know, over 80% of enterprise data is unstructured, presenting significant challenges and opportunities for data analysis. What, like unstructured data, as I mentioned before, 80% enterprises, let's say, consider Gmail, consider WhatsApp, consider Twitter. So these are unstructured data, because the data these companies are having, it can be in any form, because we are generating data in multiple forms and they do have access to our data. This is not a good news, but this is the thing, and based on which they are doing data analysis and they are developing some amazing AI models. Now, here is what are some real world application of data. First one is in healthcare. So data powers personalized medicine, enables predictive diagnostics and optimizes hospital operations, from electronic health records to genomic sequencing and AI driven disease detection. You might have heard about some recent examples about launching a model which can predict whether or not any patient has diabetes, right? So based on what parameters that model or that AI is predicting that yes, this person has diabetes, no, that person does not have cancer. Of course, based on the previous data, let's say it has been trained on some data like blood and relative epidemiological data, which means healthcare related data. So it can personalized medicine as well. Let's say based on your age, based on your physical and mental conditions, it can personalize your medicine routine. It can enable predictive diagnostic. So this is healthcare. Second thing is finance. Financial institutions leverage data for fraud detection, algorithmic trading, risk assessment, and personalized banking services. Real-time analytics drive investment decisions. So this is how we can use AI models in finance as well. Then you might have heard about that many common people stuck in finance related decisions, where to make investment, where to which stocks are better for future or for any trade and options. So AI models can help you understand that what is the trend of this particular stock. Let's say this stock is growing from last 5 years, so this is a good investment, but this stock is having a loss in overall 5 years, so this is not a good investment. So this is a kind of personalized experience. Then in retail, retailers analyze shopping patterns for inventory management, targeted marketing, and price optimization. Data enables personalized recommendations and streamline supply chains. Now, when I say inventory management, targeted marketing, and price optimization, which means that based on some data, I can analyze that this segment of consumers are purchasing this product more, this segment of consumers are purchasing this kind of products less. So based on which I can analyze, or I can just make, I can just classify that okay, this segment will be given this much discount, this segment will be given this much discount, or I should keep this product in this season only. Let's say in Diwali time or in monsoon season, there Flipkart, Amazon, and Misho, Mintra applications like this are having a higher sales. Why? Because there is a monsoon season, and in India, monsoon is like a season of festivals. So Diwali will be there, Janmashtami will be there. So people are willing to purchase more and more things during these seasons. So this is a kind of analysis. This is a pattern that instead of any other season, I am having more sellings. I am having more profits in monsoon season. And we can use this data in transportation as well. Then data in data science and analytics. The data science foundation begins with data analysis. Yes, sir, because when data is classified, when data is transformed and modeled to discover patterns, to discover some trends, to discover some analysis and extract valuable insights that support decision making and innovation. Here is the process of data analytics that I have written in the second card. We start with collecting data, because the very first requirement of start analyzing anything, start solving anything is collection or is data. Without data, what will you analyze? Without data, how will you predict the future? Without data, how will you predict the trend, or how will you visualize the trend, right? So collection of the data is the first and very requirement. Gathering data from various sources. There After once we have a data, we start processing, we start cleaning data, we start preparing data. Cleaning and preparing data is very important aspect. Why? Because as I mentioned earlier, data will be very raw, right? So we need to analyze them, we need to clean them in order to analyze it properly. Then third part is analysis. We apply some statistical methods to analyze the data, which we will cover in this particular MySQL course. Visualization again is an important aspect, because we cannot understand a spreadsheet with 1 million of rows, but if we visualize them, if we put that particular data in a bar chart or a pie chart or a linear plot, then it will be easy for us to understand the data, to remember the data, or to analyze the data. And then we will do the interpretation, like deriving any actionable insights based on our data. Business intelligence. You might have heard about a tool, Power BI, that is a business intelligence tool for specifically designed for a business intelligent person, or for data analysis purpose. Like data analytics transforms raw business data into actionable intelligence, actionable insights, or representations, enabling organizations to identify trends, optimize operations, and make data driven strategic decisions. Then third one is that forecasting and prediction techniques. Now based on the data, we do forecasting and prediction based on the data. Let's say time series analysis is there, that let's say from January 2024 to December 2024, I am having this much of sales, right? So this is a kind of time series analysis whenever you are working with time. As you can see here in the visual, that from January to December, my sale seems to be continuously increasing, and especially from September to December, it is quite it is increasing rapidly, right? So what is this? This is nothing but a prediction. You see that blue line represents actual data, and pink dots represent nothing but predicted data. But and you can see prediction is very much accurate. Of course, it cannot be 100% accurate, because we are just predicting. We are not confirmed about it, right? Because mathematics and analysis is all about predictions, but still you can see that how close our prediction is to the actual data, right? So this is what a self forecast with prediction interval looks like. Then there is machine learning model. Machine learning model contains multiple models, like supervised, unsupervised, reinforcement, but that is a part after we do analyzing the data, or after we clean the data, after we process the data, after we prepare the data. So there comes the machine learning part. Now the last one I would like to discuss is real life example and the future of data. Now see, where these companies are using this data in the real world for weather prediction. You often see in monsoon season, or in the winter, or any summer, that in the next summer we will be having this much of temperature, which will be the highest. We actually don't know if it's true or not, but this is just a prediction based on the data, that from past years, for past 10 years, the temperature is continuously rising. That means in the next year it is likely to increase based on the previous trends. So this is a kind of weather prediction that we can do. Then there is Netflix recommendations. Let's say you are watching three action movies together, then Netflix knows that now you like action movies, so next three movies you will be suggested will be action movies. Why? Because of the patterns it has recognized about you, that you love watching action movies, and now it will suggest action movies to you. This is a kind of dark patterns we call in OTT platforms, that they generate, they keep the user interface and user experience that much that they can generate revenue from it, right? That okay, I will see action movies. Why? Because it is recommending me and I am loving action movies. So this is how they personalize content suggestions based on viewing habits. preventive healthcare, as I gave the example before about about cancer and diabetes, that it can predict health risks before symptoms appear, right? So this is all about the real life example and the future of data, and here you can see the impact in society. So data will continue to transform our world through through smarter decision making, predictive capabilities, and automation, creating new opportunities while presenting ethical challenges around privacy and security. Now, whenever we are talking about data, data analysis, data science, um, authenticity, privacy, and security are very vital part. Why? Because they are using your data at the end of the day, right? Your data is being leaked, not being leaked, but you are leaking it. You have to be careful where you are subscribing the auto pay amount, where you are giving your data, where you are fulfilling your data, where you are giving your patterns. That privacy is something that is and security is something that is preventable. We can prevent applications from uh, from stealing our data, right? So maintaining privacy is harder nowadays, I totally understand it, but this is just one impact of the data in society, right? So I hope you understand what actually data is, what are the data types, what are some real world applications, real world examples, and what are some forecasting, how we use data, how companies use data, and what future is there going to be about data. So in the next lecture, I will see you with an introduction to MySQL. Thank you.